Caterina for giving us the stage, but also for inviting us here. Our association, Venti Cultura, is the same dimension of Lamkis, and we are both participating of this European project called I Improve. That is a project that sponsors our presence here and this kind of international exchanges. We are 7 partners, and we are devoted to the rehabilitation of some industrial urban heritage on the riverfronts, but using a new approach. This was our first meeting in Stockholm, and then we decided to apply this notion, this invention, typical of our project, that is related to the change maker. So we have to stress the rehabilitation, the capability of increase the participation of the citizen on the transformation of a peculiar heritage along the waterfront, seeing it from a very different approach. And every partner chooses his one strategy, different, and we choose to embody our first need like Venetian, that is to balance the impact of the mass tourism. Because as you know, we are decreasing 1,000 inhabitants every year. Now we are 53,000 in the historical center of Venice, where there were more than 200,000 during the Serenissima Republic. And we are losing 1,000 per year. On the contrary, we have 30 million of visitors per year. So you can imagine such a huge conflict, starting with of course, the basic notion that a city is alive because it has citizens. So we don't want to be fishes in an aquarium or a species in danger, but we are. So we are focusing on our individual need, like all of you, and that needs a transformation of the city in a more multi-functional city, as it was in the past and as it is not anymore. So how change our approach on the Arsenale of Venice? That is the only quarter of the city that might host a potential transformation by support a balance towards the mass tourism is the Arsenale. The Arsenale was the place where the first proto industry in the world, and where Venice built his fame and his wealthy. So now it's abandoned and divided in many different between many different stakeholders, like professional, president of association, founders of other association, member of international network, citizen, rowers, and whatever. We try to ignite an appropriation of the city of the Arsenale. That was, 20 years we are working about that. It was very difficult. We gift the Caterina of a book we wrote 20 years ago. Is an international workshop between the University of Venice and the University of Minnesota of architecture and landscape architecture, where I was teaching. So we sponsored a network, a new harmony at the time between the stakeholders. Nothing changed. So we, in the spirit of our European project, we try to invent a new different approach. And when we were in Stockholm, very much suggested by the work Caterina and Lamkis do here, we thought that a game could be a Trojan horse, to rejoin the stakeholders, to give access to the citizen, to give a rule of the artisan, where the only meaning of the Arsenale, the space of work, now they have no good there. So we Of course, we are thinking to a not simply and not immediately an urban game, but a board game. Really physically to invite the stakeholder to sit around the table and play and build a new harmony among them that will build a new harmonic relationship between the Arsenale and the city. So this is our first reflection. We began the strategy with what we know very well, because we are one of the few group of citizens that are applying the Faro Convention, that is a convention of the Council of Europe for the social value of the heritage. So it's a fantastic convention. I hope that all you know or may discover it, because it's a tool for what are you doing. Exactly a tool, but already approved by the Council of Europe. You know, the Council of Europe is the geographic union of Europe, the 49 countries of Europe. It's not the political union. And many states are, after 2005, are approving formally it. Italy is quite close to the final approval, but of course the Council of Europe is sponsoring its application. And Venice, we worked since the beginning. And there are two concepts of the Faro Convention. One are the heritage walk that are not guided tour, but are a tour in the heritage that gives the interpretation to the citizen, the artisan, to the testimonies of the authentic uses of the places. So for that we've done in November a heritage walk inside Arsenale. We had the Navy, the boat builder, and the stakeholders and the ex-artisan with us in 8 steps of 4 hours of walk, presenting very briefly what they were doing in the place. So it's a narration, it's a storytelling, but it's very authentic, because it's not a guide that we can be. I am a guide, a tour guide, but it's not in the words of professional. It's in the word of the people that lives or works there, that are in charge to transmit the value of the place. And then the Convention of Faro gives us another instruments that are the heritage communities. What are you doing? You are heritage communities. This might give you, I don't know, maybe your states are approving or approved or might approve the Faro Convention, but give you a precise legal framework and cultural framework, because the beauty of the convention is it is very open. It's not heavy like a sequence of prescription, but it gives to the citizen a new rule for the appropriation of their own cultural heritage. So this was the heritage walk. And then we had never done a board game, so we have done a sort of benchmarking analysis, studying and interviewing who already has done. We discovered that Venice is a flourishing experimentation place of fantastic people working on this. We discovered we had one of the biggest offices in Europe, maybe in the world, of gamers, of game producers. It's called Studio Giochi. And so after having interviewed many people experimenting different existing games about Venice, about enhancement of cultural heritage, we went on Leo Collovini Studio Giochi. Because you remember the first game, Incognito, they sold in 20 years more than 1 million of copies. That for a board games is consistent. And they were very nice to us, because somehow they are private, it's a private business, of course, but they are very keen on Venice, very engaged on Venice. They have a little confidence in the fact that our strategy might ignite a real process. Of course, we are betting, we are putting all our energy in this chance. So they came out with a scenario of the game that I will not explain in detail, that will not pay like it is, because this could cost 10 times the little money the project give us, but we are using the same plot of incognito, but relating it to the Arsenale. We have the game, in these days we have already a prototype, because, you know, professionals like this, they do things more than think about. It's a fantastic experience. And this is what we have. We have cards of the 5 stakeholders, no? The Biennale, the Navy, the Superintendency, the City of Venice, and the international committees for the rehabilitation of Venice, like Venice in Peril. There's a British fund devoted to a very important monument, that is the crane. In Arsenale, they already spent 2 million euros in order to restore it. I mean, we are speaking about 30 million of people, or visiting people, a world capital of culture like Venice and City Unique. So about big quantity, but everything, all the streams are going to the needs of the citizen. So with the same, we are humble as you. We want to promote our own responsibility like citizens. That, of course, is something that has a power. Also because every tourist, as you know, visiting Venice in this mass flow is somehow feeling strange, because there are too many people also for his own experience. So we are working to a new possibility for the city. And so this is the board game, and how does it develop? And so it's a continuous interaction. The meaning of the game is the dream of a very famous admiral that will suggest to the 5 stakeholders, and of course, as you see here, 5 artisans, because we are giving to these artisans are people that are not only names, but are people that are maintaining the real value of the city of Venice, that is capability to do things. So these people are still existing, are a species threatened by the mass tourists, but the maintenance of the city is only in their hand, the real one. No? So the combination of the two, they will give to the players indication to find the treasure that ghost told to one of them. So the game is to find where the treasure is. And this is of course it's a collaborative, cooperational game, board game, where all together wins. Of course, they cannot discover immediately their cards. They have to respect the rules. But at the end, they win together or they lose together. But if they win, okay, they found where the treasure is, in which monument, hidden in which place. So this is great because give us the possibility. So our challenge also, okay, to the players, if one day by chance we will have the possibility to really produce the game, we go in your house or the house of an Australian, these people might have the chance to maybe to give some part of the treasure they found, founding our activities for the arts. And this is the visit, like the one I will doing here in Vilnius of another partner. And the first time during the visit, we were playing around the table with our international partners and the locals. And this is a fantastic visit with in a foggy day of the Arsenale that is a beauty in herself, like Marta in a few moments will tell you. So this is the process in which we will arrive not only to the construction of the final prototype of the game, but also to the engagement of the local stakeholders, the local other association. Of course, Venice is a place where a flourishing association of citizens, and of course all the partners, and we are here in the next day to work on a possible urban game with Caterina and the others.
I would like to add some more information, and in particular I would like to show you a short movie that gives you a better idea of what we are talking about, because the Arsenale is which is the former shipyard of the Republic of Venice, is a very, very big area, and is for this reason that is important, has the important possibility to balance this pressure in terms of in terms of offering to the city and to the citizen a different kind of economy that could develop around this area. And so we will see some images. There will be an event which in this coming June, which is a boat show, and probably not only you will see probably most of the boats are heavy boats that are not really sustainable with the lagoon, but it's the city of Venice decided to promote this boat show for the next 3 years, investing a lot to bring again the maritime issues inside the Arsenale, because the Arsenale used to be the only walled area of the city. Big walls were protecting this huge area where the ships, the galley of the Republic of Venice were built. And you know that Venice was a maritime power, so the richness and the wealth of the city, of the Republic itself, was very much connected to this, to the shipbuildings. And so it's a challenge for the city to bring back through a big event this, you see that the Arsenal is this area with two big water basins. Is considered 1/5 of the entire surface of the city, and what we would like to do with our work will be, of course, not working on temporary events, which is what is doing nowadays, because probably most of you are familiar with the Biennale of Venice, which is taking place in a part of the Arsenal. Sorry.
Better to stop. No, it is a blind date in
but it's a temporary use of the space, even if for 6 months. And this will be only 5 days for 3 years. And what we would like to do with this game is a test of putting all the stakeholders that are living in the sense that they are working around the Arsenale, and where in this big area you cannot walk in a circular way because there is the navy in between, which is a military zone. So you can go and visit, but there if you are allowed to, but you cannot go from one place to the other one. So the idea of the game is to sit together with the stakeholders, and it's a metaphor of a possible collaboration. Now, at this step, through a game which is not critical and is not a problem, probably, we hope, but it could be the format for a future collaboration between the stakeholders. Thank you.